No one is really ready to face the fact that the world can change just because of one decision. But that's what will happen. And strangely enough, the center of this storm of change is not a political leader, not a tech tycoon, not a religious figure. His name is JUNGKOOK. The world knows him as BTS's Golden Magne, a global icon, multi-talented singer, genius dancer, face of a generation. But today, the world should probably start to know him as something much bigger and more surprising. The architect of the changing future of global industry. No media is covering this. There is no official statement. There were no press releases, no hints from HYB's management, no whispers from fellow BTS members. But one thing is certain. In his mysterious silence, JUNGKOOK is preparing something. A giant project that, according to a reliable source who wished to remain anonymous, could change everything we know about the entertainment industry, technology, even geopolitics. What exactly happened? And why is this secret so guarded, even by those closest to him? The question began to pop up one by one, after a seemingly trivial photo suddenly went viral on exclusive forums accessed only by high-end investors and global-level economic actors. In the photo, you can see a person dressed in military clothes, sitting with his back to the camera, in a private room illuminated by warm lights. But the surprise is not the pose or the lighting, but a sheet of document on the table. Enlarged and analyzed repeatedly, netizens are sure it was an investment proposal. And the name written at the bottom of the document is JUNGKOOK. This is not a cheap conspiracy theory. These are pieces of evidence that slowly, mercilessly, coalesce into a huge puzzle that has been hidden behind JUNGKOOK's friendly smile as he served his military service. Many thought he was taking a break from the glitter of the world. Many suspect he is simply calming down, healing wounds that may not be visible. But no one expected that all this time, secretly, he was rewriting his own future. And not just his future, but the future of the world. A former executive of a well-known venture capital firm in Singapore, whose identity we protected at his request, sent us a mysterious message just an hour after news of the photo surfaced. He will be meeting in person with a delegation from Central Europe. They're not just investors. They are part of a global economic network that has long sought Asian public figures to be the face of a major transformation. The big transformation? Delegates from Central Europe? Asian public figures. It didn't take long to hook everything up. And when we finally confirmed that one of the names mentioned in the list of investors was someone who was also involved in the development of the futuristic city of Neom in Saudi Arabia, all became even more clear. JUNGKOOK is not returning as a musician. He will return as the controlling holder of international projects that have the potential to shake up the old order, from the entertainment industry to the development of global strategic economic zones, surprisingly. The clues have actually been around for a long time. We just don't see it enough. Remember JUNGKOOK's quietly renovated mansion in the Elite 81 area? Everyone thought it was just a private dwelling. But later, an anonymous construction worker leaked that the building was actually equipped with a private satellite communications system, underground meeting rooms, and digital conference facilities at the level of the headquarters of Fortune 500 company CEOs. Who needs all that just to stay alone? And that's not all. In the middle of 2023, a new property company called 7 Horizons is mysteriously listed in New York, Zurich, and Seoul. No founder info. There is no press release. But the IP address of his official website is connected to the personal management office that JUNGKOOK has been using for secret projects outside of BTS's activities. More than that, the visual architecture at the 7 Horizons site features motifs and symbols that previously appeared in the Dreamers music video teaser sung by JUNGKOOK for the 2022 World Cup. Coincidence? Or a sign that he has been pasting as a hidden message? There is something disturbing and at the same time admirable about his way of hiding all this. JUNGKOOK has always been known as a closed, quiet, self-centered person. But in his silence, he built something that even his most obsessive fans couldn't imagine. It plants the seeds of change at a time when people think they are just resting. The information that we managed to collect suggests that the project is a fusion of green technologies, digitization of smart cities, and futuristic entertainment. Our source calls it the Eden Project, the code name for a futuristic precinct that integrates art, science, and technology in one living space entirely based on sustainable architecture. The project will begin its first phase outside of South Korea, at an undisclosed location near the borders of Austria and the Czech Republic. That's where the big meeting will take place. In a glass building built specifically for the confidential summit, Jungkook is scheduled to meet four key figures, two from the green technology sector, one from a global media network based in France, and another from the royal circle of the Middle East. Jungkook is not just the face of this project, reveals our internal source, he is its main initiator. He wants to create a future where music, nature, and technology come together. But what is surprising, all this he began on his own, without the direction of HYB. How could someone known as a K-pop idol, who grew up under the strict management of a large agency, go that far without the company's knowledge? This is where the biggest controversy arises. According to our information, Jungkook and HYB's relationship in the past 2 years has become increasingly complex. Although they publicly maintained a solid image, behind the scenes, there was ideological friction over the future of Jungkook's career. HYB said he wants to stay focused on music and entertainment, maintaining BTS's global image. But Jungkook wants more. He didn't want to be known only as a singer. He wants to be remembered as someone who changed something big. The most moving part? He never said it directly. But through his gestures, his latest songs, and his silent decisions, he leaves little clues about how much he struggles against the expectations of the world, while slowly building his own. It's like a silent revolution that goes under the radar. All shiny things come from the stage. Sometimes, the brightest light appears in dark spaces and silence, when the world is no longer staring. At a time when people are busy counting Jungkook's remaining days in the military, he is quietly calculating the possibility of changing the face of Asian history in less than a decade. One of the things that many people don't know is, during his military service, Jungkook never completely lost contact with the outside world. Through an encrypted communication line referred to as the Shadow Line, he has remained connected to a small team of secret advisors of his own choosing since 2021. It was this team that was in charge of building the initial foundations for the secret project that is now beginning to take the international business world by storm. They consist of a former urban space architect from Tokyo, a sound technology expert from Silicon Valley, and, most surprisingly, a former SpaceX Mars project researcher. Jungkook's decisions so far seem like mere intuition. But what happens if, in fact, all of that is part of the grand design? What if all this time we thought that his songs were a reflection of personal feelings, when in fact they were codes, metaphors, veiled messages from someone who was drawing up the blueprint of a future revolution? We found a voice note belonging to one of the staff of the Eden Project that was leaked to a closed community. In the 6-minute 17-second recording, the voice of a man believed to be Jungkook said quietly, "The world cannot continue to be built on destruction.